Welcome to Live at the Blue Box. In fact, welcome to Madeline Con.
Madeline Con, yes.
2017.
See, Lena thinks who works for me, her real given name is Madeline. She thinks it's about her, but it's not.
Didn't Carly Simon sing a song about you? So, all right. What? Are you going to already?
All right, boo.
Already. Boo. Man, I didn't make it a whole minute without a boo. So we have quite a lineup today. Those of you that are watching on Facebook Live.
Hi, Facebook Live.
Those of you watching on YouTube Live. We
Hi,
have
YouTube Live.
Big lineup of guests today. Every time we do one of these, they seem to grow, and we seem to keep getting awesome people. So I'm really excited. This lineup is great. So not that they haven't been great in the past, but
no, it's
great.
awesome. So
this is the first time we've started at 3, though.
And actually, some of our guests are here early, which is good.
Yes.
Besides us, which is a good thing. So.
Yes. And now to broadcast to the room full of thousands of sandwiches. Okay.
The potato chips.
Yes, potato chips. If you count them all up, it's a big crowd. So we're going to start out. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do Tour de Cons, which is a podcast that we never do. I'm just going to put that out there. We created it. Every once in a while, I'm like, oh, we've got an interview. We should throw it on there. But it seems to work live. So we're going to do it live today. A couple of quick bits of business before we get started. Number one, it is live on Facebook. It is live on YouTube. After the fact, all of these shows will be available as podcasts on iTunes under Live at the Blue Box and under Tour de Cons and under the shows that are being featured here, because there are some shows, Comic Roast, that are going to be here, yes. And they want copies to put on their network, too. So we will definitely have it all over the place. The website, it will be there. The website is southgatemediagroup.com, and that has all, 100 podcasts we have on there, which we are now starting to pare down. So look out. Look out.
Get your favorites early.
The axe is coming. I'm killing my darlings. That's what I'm doing. I'm the Joss Whedon of podcasting right now. Okay, let's do Tour de Cons.
You're the George R.R. Martin of podcasting.
I am the George R.R. Martin.
Pardon me.
Which means I'm going to die soon? Is that what you're...
No, you get to kill people. You kill all your favorites.
Yeah, and I've got, facial hair. Is that what you're... Okay. So, Chris.
And you're a creepy dude with hat. You
don't wear a hat, I'm a creepy dude, yes. And I've been around this industry a while. So, Chris.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about one con in particular.
Okay.
And that's why I wanted to have you up here.
Aircon?
You are Chris Mao.
Right. I'm Chris Mao. I'm co-owner of Blue Box Cafe. I host a few podcasts with you, and including Live at the Blue Box.
Enough of this.
Yeah, you can't do it. I know you couldn't.
Yeah.
I know you couldn't do it. You need a headset.
I want to eat, and I'm not eating. So, all right. So, I will, though.
You have too many thoughts. You won't be able to eat. So.
It's way too much.
Yes.
So Chris.
Yes, sir.
The reason I wanted to start with you, usually you're up here with me, but
yes,
I wanted to interview you for Tour de Cons.
Okay.
You just went to Wizard World Minneapolis.
Correct.
So this is 2017 Wizard World in Minneapolis.
Yes.
We were supposed to go. We couldn't go.
You bailed on me. I know. You have stuff going on.
Bail on
you have a hugely busy daughter's
Good
acting schedule and your acting schedule. So
yeah. It went. She wasn't scheduled for this weekend, and then all of a sudden, everything changed, and we're like, we can't possibly go.
Well, when you're the star of a big show, it's hard to.
Yeah, that's right.
Rough. I understand.
Well, for her.
Yes.
So I got a couple of questions before we get into Wizard World.
Yes.
We lived there for a while.
Uh-huh.
Did you go to Dunn Brothers?
We went to Dunn Brothers. We had a good time, had a good cup of coffee. So the Dunn Brothers we went to.
Was it the Epiphany I make it out to be, or was it?
It was really good. No,
that is not the Epiphany.
So here it is.
It's good.
It was very, very good. We were kind of rushed when we went, and it was late at night, so I didn't get I didn't get the full effect. But
no, you go at like 6 in the morning when they're roasting it in the place.
Exactly.
It's crazy good.
I was sleeping.
Okay, well.
Not really, but I was sleeping. So I was excited because
Chris
sleeping. No, well, I was a little excited about what we were talking about.
Yes.
So I did not sleep very well, which we get there. But no, we went.
An excitable boy.
It was a great experience. I really, really liked it. The coffee was not good. It was great. We loved it. It's kind of hard. Yeah. It was just hard trying to get everything in, and we're sitting there looking.
That's what we were struggling with. We're like, we're going to be here for like 3 days, and since we live there, we have all these places we like to go and people we got to see, and talk about having to kill your darlings. You're looking at it going, uh-oh, do I not tell this person we're in town because they will eat up a day?
Sure.
But if we don't tell them, that sucks.
Well, you got to tell them, like, hey, I'm going to be at this place from 4 to 6, and you get 10 minutes.
Saying. We were talking about going to Bryant Lake Bowl, which is a bowling alley there, and saying, we're going to be at Bryant Lake Bowl for these 4 hours. Everybody come.
Right.
That might have worked, but we didn't make it.
We have between 3 and 3:10 for you, so that's great.
Yeah, so we had to bail on it, but you went.
We did go.
And you went. The reason you wanted to go to Minneapolis is for one specific reason, which was
Peter Capaldi was there. So
Who?
I mean, Peter Capaldi.
Okay.
So exactly. Well, so he is the current doctor, and current doctors do not usually do Wizard Worlds, even though this is his last season and he has completed filming, I believe, on everything but the Christmas special that he's going to be in. It's very rare to get somebody like that out. Even Matt Smith did not do that when he was the doctor. He waited till after his seasons were done to come. And so,
well, and he's not doing very many of these, right?
No, well, so, here's the thing is, and we'll talk about that again later in this interview, Wizard World has changed the way they're doing things. Peter Capaldi with the guitar, which he had a huge story about, which was awesome. But they are not announcing guests as early to avoid the cancellation.
Right, because they've been plagued with that.
Yeah, because, I mean, they invite 50 people.
It even happened to us.
Right.
Schedule changed. We had to cancel. And I'm like, I had to contact them and say, we can't use our press passes. We can't go and do this. And they were really cool. But if you don't contact them, that kind of sucks.
It it's rough.
Celebrities, it's the same thing.
And they have filming priorities. They have to fly from overseas, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we thought, number one, I haven't been to Minneapolis sober ever. Number two, it's not too bad. And number three, we get to see Peter Capaldi, and it was great. And we can talk about, again, I love these regional cons of Wizard World.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like Chicago and like St. Louis and Philly, but it's nicer to go to the smaller ones because you get a little bit more celebrity contact. So when we knew he was definite, we were on the way.
It's like when we went to Madison.
Right.
Or
Des Moines, the same thing.
We spent so much. What was it, Des Moines? The one where we spent so much time with River Song.
Right, with Alex, yeah.
Yeah, with Alex Kingston. I mean, it was like we had tons of time.
Right. And this was the same way on Friday where I walked up and talked to John Barrowman for 5 minutes, just chatting, saying hi.
Right.
And he was fantastic. So
you went to see Peter Capaldi.
Yes, we did.
You got the picture for the wall, I assume.
Yes, which we don't have up, but we got the picture for the wall. So
all right. And you went to like a Q&A thing.
Yeah. Well, so we because he was the only.
I never do these things, by the way.
I know you don't.
Whenever I go, I can't get to panels. I'm too busy doing other stuff.
Right.
So I always love to hear about them.
So we did. So we got. This is going to be bad to say, but I hate waiting in lines. So we bought the VIP. Which gave us access, gives you first access. Doesn't mean you don't wait in line.
Comic-Con 1%er right here.
The Comic-Con 1%er, yeah. I'd rather spend the extra $200 to not spend 4 hours in line, which is okay. It's good. But he did a private Q&A for these 50 people that bought this VIP package.
Okay.
And so I was in a room like the size of Blue Box with him and the guy who was doing the announcing. I can't remember who he was. Great guy, Brian. I want to say it was Ho or something, whatever. He's from Minneapolis, big nerd guy up there. He did the panel, and we got to talk to him and ask questions. And then he did his panel, and I let my wife Kathleen sit in the front row center right when they were doing the panel. She has some awesome pics from that, which we will post.
Fantastic.
It was great. And then we got to do the picture and the signature and the whole thing. So, but then to kick this, but then we were out having dinner the night before, and we get out of dinner, went to this really nice restaurant, wanted to check it out. I'm looking for a cab because we're in a different town. Not that we're that far, but I'm freaking out. I'm like, we need to get back. I'm looking for a cab. My wife goes, to your left. And I thought somebody was walking, so I kind of move over. Then this guy says,
Did you go into your ninja pose like you were going to kick somebody's butt?
Being a bigger guy, I'm always in the way. So I just moved over to the side.
So it wasn't ninja pose, it was big doofus pose.
It was big doofus pose.
Sorry.
Yes, it was. I was like, oh, sorry. So this guy says, oh, have a good evening. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then my wife runs up to me. She goes, that's Peter Capaldi. I'm like, huh? So I kind of fanboy. He waves me over. Do you want to take a picture? We chatted for 5 minutes.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah. And he was, it was funny. I was wearing my Star Wars shirt and a blazer. He was wearing some kind of T-shirt with a blazer. It was kind of cool. We were both being 50-year-olds dorking out.
Did you guys hold hands and skip?
We did skip, yes. I was, but he was
I wasn't there, so you had to hold hands with somebody.
Right. He was nice, charming. open. I mean, we chatted for a little bit. He's like, first time in
was
Minneapolis.
Your voice? How many octaves up was your voice?
I wasn't that bad, I don't think, when I did that. But as you can tell by the picture, I did kind of go, so.
I can tell by right now you're a little flustered.
I was.
This is a little different than how you normally are.
I'm a little. It was exciting. So, and it's funny because I get home and we're doing it. And I'm like, this really made the con for me just because of that that little interaction. I look online and he had posted, like 3 or 4 people had posted they had taken pictures with him. It was kind of cool. It kind of feeds. It fuels the fire. I mean, people were excited about it. And then I couldn't sleep. So then I finally get to sleep. My wife tells me next morning, man, I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't sleep. Because we met Peter Capaldi.
That's awesome.
It was exciting. I mean, because you go to see the guy, and like in Chicago, you're never going to see those people because they stay, they go away from the con, and rightfully so because they do their stuff.
Right.
You see people every once in a while, but it's not like here. And there, he's staying at the hotel next door to ours. People see him all over. It was fantastic.
Well, it's like when you go to C2E2, and that's at McCormick Place.
Right.
You can run into them, but not like that.
Right.
Because the hotel's attached.
Sure.
And a lot of them stay at the hotel, and if you hang out in that one area, if you can get in there,
right,
you might run into people.
Yeah, and they have. I mean,
but they really do kind of sequester everybody. So.
Well, they have them for the time, and their time is really pulled where he was in town for a couple of days. This is before he even made an appearance at the con.
Yeah.
He literally said, "I've been here for 2 days. I've been walking around town, saying hi to people, and eating at places and going out with his wife and." The posts I saw were nuts, and we went down to get a bagel at Einstein's, and the guy's like, I got to meet Peter Capaldi. And he was like totally dorking out. I'm like, that's awesome, man. So it was good. It was fun. And
did you go, want to see my picture?
I did not. I did not want to spoil his excitement because he was really shaking about it. It was cool. It was really neat. And then there were other people that said they saw other people out and about. So
now, were there
2 of the monkeys were there, Peter Dolans and Mickey Dolans and Peter Tork. I combined them into one person. They were there, and they were out running
Davy
around.
Jones wasn't there.
Davy Jones was not there, and they were cool. And I got to say,
I don't have to have my mom look it up. He died.
He died. Yes.
Yep.
So I mean, and they were cool.
The monkey paw finally had its revenge.
It did. It was good.
That was a good one.
It's bad. John Barrowman was there. Martin Sheen or Charlie Sheen was there. Whatever.
Charlie Sheen?
But there were a lot of people there waiting to get stuff signed by him.
Sure.
There were a few James Marstars, Charisma Carpenter, and I'm going to butcher the other guy's name. I can't think of it.
Oh, the Buffy crew.
The Buffy crew was there.
Blair, the Buffy crew was there.
The Buffy crew was there. They're going to be here, so they're going to come to Chicago, and so it was good. Excuse me. This guy named Cass Anvar, who's in this show called The Expanse that I like that's on Sci-Fi right now.
I haven't watched that yet. That is on my summer watch
It's
list.
along the Battlestar Galactica lines.
Yeah.
And plus he did voiceover for Assassin's Creed Redemption. So he was pretty popular. And Barry Bostwick and a few other Nichelle Nichols was there. Lieutenant Uhura was there, and she was fantastic. And Marina Sirtis.
She didn't do the fan dance for you.
She did not.
I'm still scarred from that.
She's 85. She looks wonderful.
Oh, she looks great. I've seen her at cons.
Unbelievably nice. Super nice. But I mean, it's hard. You're 85. You can't sit there for that long.
At one of the cons, they had like a Star Trek area one time.
Right.
And she was there. It was mostly Next Generation guys, but she was there, and there was somebody else. Chekhov was there.
Okay.
And then Data. I don't know anybody's names. You know that.
Yes.
Data was there.
Geordie LaForge.
Geordie LaForge,
yes.
He was
LeVar
there.
Burton was there, yes.
Yeah, Worf was there. Marina Sirtis was there. See, I know her name.
Because I just said it. That's the only reason.
But, okay, Dr. Crusher was there. That's not her name. I was going to show off.
Beverly Crusher's name. Gates McFadden is who she is.
Yeah.
Not that I had a thing for her back in the 80s.
I thought I got the woman's name right.
You did, though. You got the character right.
But Martha and Molly walked in there, and there was like nobody in there at one point. And a lot of Nichelle Nichols wasn't there. Like a lot of them were off doing some panel. And LeVar Burton, ding, I got it.
I said his name. Did I not say his name?
Did you say it?
I did, yes, but it's okay.
I need 40 cc's of coffee every 10 minutes until I pass out. They walked up to him and said he was the greatest person.
Oh,
like he was just...
Well, he does that.
Big bucket of love. And, of course, here's Martha, who didn't even know who he was. Didn't know. She's like, oh, are you on Star Trek? He's like, It's like everywhere.
My picture's right here.
Which one are you on? Next Generation with my picture?
Yes.
Yeah. But they loved him. They said he was just awesome.
Well, he does that book thing, that reading thing,
Rainbow,
which is crazy
what Martha
good.
said, I know you from Reading Rainbow.
Right.
And then
I know you from Sesame Street.
This was before they relaunched it.
Right.
And he was so excited to talk about Reading Rainbow with her.
Well, he probably was looking at.
But he wasn't pimping it or anything.
No.
He was just like, "Oh, you've watched it?" She's like, "Yeah, I watched it. We always watched it with the kids I was nannying for." And he was really into that, like the educational part of it.
Well, yeah, he
believes it. He
gives
cool.
a lot of time and does that. I mean, he does believe in that. That's great. So, yeah, but that's what I like about those smaller cons is you get touch time with your stars.
Yeah.
There aren't as many. There aren't as it doesn't really cost that much less to go, but you get better access. This was only in one room. Like I think we had talked about a little bit. It doesn't, you guys don't see the tweets we have at home. But there were less vendors, but they were all really nice.
Yeah.
There were less artists, but they were all really nice. Molly's favorite, Bob Camp, was there.
Did you talk to Bob Camp?
I talked to Bob for a couple of minutes, but he was busy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bob Camp was one of the creators of Ren and Stimpy. And at C2E2 this year,
C2E2.
he was there. I missed him, totally. Martha and Molly are walking by. They're like, "Oh, look, Ren and Stimpy." And Molly goes up. There's this massive line for him. They said he sees Molly, and he's just like, "I want to talk to you."
Right.
And he just ditched the line. He stood there and talked to her, asked her all these questions, was drawing for her. And, and of course, she's saying like, "Oh, I like Ren and Stimpy." And he's like, "You're amazing." So
my parents corrupted me when I was 6. So
that's one of the reasons we were going to go is to see him.
And he was, I think, the biggest artist draw.
Really?
I think so. I mean,
because at C2E2, I didn't even know he was there.
Right. Well, I mean, and not to say it's comparison like when you're butting up against Neil Adams. Neil Adams is a tough one to bump against in the comic artist alley.
Right.
But he was huge. He had a huge line the whole time. People were really geeking out about him, so it was good.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. There, they get a lot of representation. The 501st, the Rebel Alliance.
There were
a lot of cosplay for kids. There was a lot of stuff going on. It was great.
That's big up there. I have a funny story about Minneapolis, and then I'm going to boot you for a moment because I want to bring up the comic roast guys.
Absolutely.
But when the last time we were up there, maybe not the last time. So we were staying at our friends, and Molly was very little, and she moved into this condo, and it was multiple floors, but there was the garden level floor, right?
Right.
And our room had a big window like this, and the curtains were pulled and everything. First night we stayed there. We wake up in the morning, and I was last one up. Martha's out there, they're outside, and I hear from the other room like, "You probably want to wake up." So she goes, "Just open the curtains." So it's one of these, like I'm laying in bed and I pull the curtain and the sun is like scorched earth.
Right.
Right there. As I'm like, are 2 stormtroopers. Like, what? They were doing like a run, like a benefit thing.
Oh, nice.
It was littered with 501st people and like one woman dressed like an X-Men character, which was bizarre. But there were stormtroopers. There was Darth Vader. I was like, this is unbelievable. 2 Princess Leias. Two.
Not one. Was there like a slave Leia and a real Leia? Or were they both?
No slave Leia. It was that is domestic goddess Leia. By the way. It's changed.
It is.
It was the white outfit Leia, and it was General Leia.
Oh, okay.
But
cool.
not General Leia because 7 hadn't come out yet.
Right.
But she was dressed in that.
She still does that. She still does that in 3.
In 6?
In 6, yeah, she does. She does General Leia.
Okay. That's what
I think she does that in 5, too.
Does she?
Yeah.
No, she has that, like, puffy thing.
Yeah, but she still has,
her Hoth outfit.
Right, the Hoth.
I had the Hoth fatigues. I had the toys.
Thank you.
Okay, I still have the toys.
That's good. So.
I do. All right.
So
all right,
can I just a couple things. Just give me a second. So
because you and I are going to talk again.
Right. So we are going to talk about other things, but this was great. The people in Minneapolis were great. I think they were having, Wizard World has kind of changed the way they do things. They've had a shakeup at the top and how they're running things. So I think instead of going for the sensationalism of we're going to have all these great guests that are trying to deliver what they say they're going to deliver, which I think is good, they were unbelievably hospitable. There were people in suits saying that I'm with the company all over the place trying to help people, which was great.
That is really good.
There were people. There's always going to be a problem. There's thousands of people.
Sure.
There's going to be a glitch. They got it right away. There was one problem where somebody's like, I paid. I don't know if I paid, blah, blah, blah. The guy's like, just, we'll get you a badge and bring you in. So, I mean, it was great to hear.
That is really good to hear.
And the layout of this
I've lost time at cons, even me just trying to help somebody.
Right.
Because people are not that helpful. So
it was
good to hear that.
It was a little bit easier because it was all in one big room, but still, I mean, like Des Moines was, but it was still it was a great con, and we had a good time, and there was some unbelievable cosplay. There was a whole old school DC, like the old Flash, old Thor, older, like more classic Wonder Woman. They were walking around, although it wasn't a Batman.
It looked
66.
like you and I dressed up like
it
that.
Was me. It wasn't Batman 66. It was Affleck. It was a current Batman, but they were fantastic, and they even had a little. Their son was Robin. It was really cool. But it was good. So if you guys can get out to these regional cons, I mean, go to any of the cons.
Yeah, do it.
But go out. I mean, Des Moines 5 hours away. Madison's 3. Minneapolis is 5.
Well,
St.
from
Louis
us,
is 5.
but people are on Facebook.
Right.
They could be anywhere.
But they're all over the country. So they have Columbus. They're in New Orleans. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Get out there if you can.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris.
Thank
that
you.
was awesome. That was awesome. I'm excited for Chicago because we're definitely doing Chicago. So, and others, yes.